There's a number of challenges facing CFOs at the moment, but I think the greatest one is actually allowing organisations to thrive amidst so much change that's going on, whether it's regulatory change, whether it's disruption from competitive forces, whether it's new technology that's coming. I think the biggest skill that a CFO needs to have at the moment is just that ability to lead and manage change in an organisation. I think the role of the CFO has changed since the digital transformation became on the corporate agenda. And I think the requirements of the CFO have actually changed in accordance with that. I think it's now necessary for CFOs to actually embrace digitalisation of an organisation, but actually use that to start to change the way that the finance function works, but also more importantly change the financial results of the organisation. So CFOs need to look at the data that exists within their organisation and actually harness that and use that to make better commercial decisions. So they really need to start to become digital thought leaders as well as just strategic business advisors and financial accountants. I think the CFO in the digital economy needs to be very careful to make sure that they are not perceived as a numbers-only kind of corporate steward, and that they're actually using the data of an organisation to unlock the potential in order to drive the competitive results. The CFO needs to effectively marry operational data that traditionally lives outside of the CFO's domain with traditional CFO data to really tell the story of a business and provide insight that gives real competitive advantage to a company. I don't think a CFO will ever be as tech savvy as the CIO or the CTO in an organisation, but it's very clear that a deep understanding of the technology and the value that technology can bring to the finance function is a fundamental part of the CFO role today and will continue to be so in the future. Whether that means they need to know as much as the CTO, I don't know, but they absolutely need to put the critical importance on the value of data and the value of technology to the finance function and the wider organisation. I think it's really important for the finance function to start to move away from being a traditional cost centre and to start to think about ways that they can grow the top line as well as secure the bottom line of an organisation. To do this, finance functions are going to need to look into the operational data that exists in their organisations and actually start being able to answer the why question. Traditional finance functions have been good at answering the question as to what has happened in an organisation, but to be an effective future finance leader, you're going to need to go beyond traditional finance realms and actually provide value to the business and answer why the numbers are the numbers of an organisation and use that information to start to drive corporate strategy.